What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to give you a preview for the forthcoming match for the WBC Light-Middleweight Championship. I think WBC actually called it Super-Welterweight Championship fight between Manny Pacquiao and Antonio Margarito. Interesting fight, this one, obviously, with the whole Antonio Margarito thing. I'll just give you my points of view. I will be watching the fight. I mean, I know there's a big thing about boycotting it, and I agree with everyone about the whole boycott. By the sound that everyone in the States are going to pay $50 for it. I'm quite lucky it's on cable TV over here in the UK, because we got the David Haye-Audley Harrison fight on the same day. So we're lucky on that front that we get to see it free of charge, just by paying our cable bill. And I can understand why some boxing fans, even if it was free to view, why they wouldn't watch it. Do I agree with this fight necessarily? Probably not. Do I think Margarito deserves this chance? Definitely not. If anything, this is just for me, just going back to the monopolisation of Bob Arum. If you ask me, Bob Arum, to be fair, does put on he can put on a good show, but I think he costs fans sometimes of the fights they want to see. And in my eyes, this fight is a win-win for all parties involved. It's a win-win for Manny Pacquiao, because if he wins, which is more than likely, but I'll give you a proper preview for that. If he wins, it's another weight class championship he's got. It's a win-win for Bob Arum, as both his fighters once again becoming involved, and it's a win-win for Antonio Margarito, because either way, if he loses, it's going to be his last time on the big stage, if you ask me, and if he wins, he can carry on. Let's just get into the ham wrap situation first of all. It's one thing cheating, but the one thing about boxing or any physical contact sport, whether it be UFC, amateur wrestling, proper wrestling like Greco-Roman stuff, rugby, American football, one thing that protects these sports are the safety for each other. And Antonio Margarito and his ex-trainer blew all out the window. It is sickening to put bricks down your gloves, because the damage you can cause in boxing from that is despicable, and how he's managed to get this fight, I'll never know, to be honest with you. It is what it is, that's just my own point of view, but on the other hand, he is fighting probably the greatest fighter that I've seen in my generation. So, am I watching this for Margarito? No, but I am watching this to see Pacquiao. I'm really interested in Pacquiao. I admire him and I rate him a lot as a boxer and a human being. I used to rate Margarito until I remember when I first saw the win against Cotto. It was phenomenal, but then that whole incident with the ham wraps. And I'll tell you one thing that has pissed me off about it. If anyone watches the 24/7 HBO thing, how someone put a great cement concrete slab on his wrist and started wrapping up. I think, don't take the piss out of us. Do you know what I mean? I thought that was just stupid. But anyway, going into the fight. This fight is probably Pacquiao's, we say this all the time, but I think this is definitely Pacquiao's biggest test. He's not only giving up weight to a stronger man, he's not only giving up weight to a naturally bigger man, he's given up strength in this. He's also given up height and reach massively. And I think this is going to be an interesting fight. The one bad thing about this fight is that there is a catch weight in it. I think it's 151. Where like middleweight is 154. I've never really agreed with catch weights, but I suppose Pacquiao is able to run the show on these things now. So that is what it is as well. But going to the fight, looking at both fighters, starting off with Antonio Margarito. Margarito. I just got to get my piece of paper here and the stats 1 minute so I can look things up for you. Sorry, guys. Yeah, so Margarito is 38-6, and Manny Pacquiao is what is he? He's 51 with 3 losses and 2 draws. But those losses doesn't really take into account where he is now in his career. Looking at Margarito, which Margarito are we going to see? This is taking away the raps now, take away the whole controversy. Which Margarito are we going to see? Are we going to see the Margarito who demolished Cotto, or are we going to see the Margarito that whimpered against Mosley? It's an interesting one, I think Margarito, he's got great physical strength, and he comes forward and always looks for the fight, always is aggressive. I think President Margarito, I think he is a naturally slower man in this fight. I think that would be a disadvantage of him when you got a fighter like Pacquiao who is so quick and will throw shots from all angles, come in, and Pacquiao's shots, it's like he's, especially when he throws the stiff shots, where his arms just stiff coming out, it's almost like it's Voltron, or just a whole nother power coming out of his arms. It's unbelievable. The key is with this fight is can Margarito defend well against a variety of shots from all angles, which Pacquiao would be throwing, because Pacquiao is the much quicker man in this fight. But however, Margarito does like to come and get it himself if he's on top form. So it'd be interesting. So I think you'll see a very aggressive fight. I know there's been a lot of build up. I know Freddie Roach has really been the main instigator for this. In fact, shout out to Calix Boxing. I loved the video he did about Freddie Roach being the ex-Chicago Bulls coach. I thought it was a great video, and he has got a point. I think he does cite Pacquiao with a lot of things he says in the media. There's reports that this is Pacquiao's worst training camp, and with all of his Congress stuff in the Philippines, and there's a lot of stories coming out of there. But one thing about Pacquiao, he will come to fight. The one thing that does worry me about Pacquiao is I've noticed in his last 2 fights, it was against Cotto and who's he fought against Cotto and Clottey. The one thing about these fights is I personally do feel he gets tagged a bit too much. I think his defence could be a lot more stronger. I feel he does get tagged too much, and especially the fight against Joshua Clottey, who didn't, when he fought against Pacquiao, didn't turn to fight. He started to have this peekaboo sort of stance where he just wanted to cover up and last 12 rounds, to be honest with you. So Pacquiao couldn't really do, I think, what he wanted to do against Clottey. But as I said for the 3rd time in this video, it is what it is. I really am not fussed about this fight too much. I will be watching it. I think that it would be a entertaining fight. As I said, both coming to get it, both coming to get some. I think that personally, this is a win-win for Margarito. I just think this is his last time in the spotlight. I think he's got nothing to lose, and the only thing about Margarito is that you don't know. Perhaps he feels he's got something to prove after everything. He feels that this is his one chance to actually propel himself back up to where he was again with fight fans. That's the only thing I can really think of in this fight. I think Margarito, one thing he's got to do, I think he's got to cut off the ring from Pacquiao. He's got to get him against the ropes and try and throw as many punches while Pacquiao's on the ropes. Corner him, smother him, cut off the ring, because Pacquiao, he'll be the quicker man throughout the whole fight. He'll be much quicker than Margarito in all departments. You know, footwork, hand speed, general ring awareness, ring movement. He'll be a lot more quicker, and I think that that will tell overall. I think if Margarito stands any chance of winning this, he must cut off the ring, back Pac-Man into the ropes, and really start laying in on him. Pacquiao, I think, is just, if Pacquiao does what he normally does to great effect, you know, coming and attacking, throwing the combos from all angles, getting up in Margarito. I don't think Margarito was too comfortable with the lighter guys and lighter fights. I mean, you've seen this with Williams, and you've seen this with Mosley as well. You know, not comfortable when a fighter's coming in throwing quick shots, and it gets inside him. He really isn't comfortable at all, and I think that is what will be the difference in this. I think Margarito's footwork is lagging a bit. However, you look at the fight against Cotto, whether you're using hand wraps or not, and you see a demolition of Miguel Cotto, and you can arguably say Cotto wasn't the same again till he moved with Emmanuel Stewart recently. So, you know, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of talk about this fight. I'll be interested to see it, but you know, I'll give a huge shout out to anyone who is boycotting the fight. You know, stand up for yours, stand up for your own beliefs. You know, I think it is important that we do this. That if you are going to do it. I think it is important, and I respect you 100% for that. Overall, sorry about this prediction video. It's not like the best in the world. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on the fight, so I didn't forget it. I'm going Pacquiao unanimous decision. Overall, I just think he can go longer. I think that he'll wear Margarito down. I think Margarito will struggle against the pace. I think Pacquiao and his whole corner are just too smart, to be honest with you. I'm expecting unanimous decision. I can't see Margarito getting knocked out. I think he will want to stay in there just to show boxing fans, you know, his heart, or try and give us what little he can now after what happened. But that's my prediction on the fight. Margarito losing to Pacquiao, unanimous decision. Please subscribe to Boxing Clown 90 for boxing previews, reviews, and debate. I will be reviewing this fight on the Sunday. So yeah, that's all I got to say on that. Please leave your comments below and let me know how A, you feel about the fight, and B, you know, how you think the fight will go. Be interested to know your thoughts on it. Until next time, guys. Peace and love. This is Box Clown 90 signing out.